The Sacramento Kings are signing free agent big man Precious Achiuwa, ESPN reported on Tuesday. Achiuwa, 26, averaged 6.6 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 20.5 minutes in 57 games, 10 starts, last season with the New York Knicks. He has career averages of 7.6 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 20.0 minutes in 320 games, 72 starts, with the Miami Heat, 2020-21, Toronto Raptors, 2021-23, and Knicks, 2024-25. The Heat selected him with the 20th overall pick in the 2020 NBA draft out of Memphis. The Kings are off to a 2-5 start heading into Wednesday's home game against the Golden State Warriors. Miami Heat coach Erik Spoelstra has been pleased with the direction his team is trending in through the first 2 weeks of this season. After all, the Heat entered Tuesday as one of only 5 NBA teams that hold both a top 11 offensive rating and top 11 defensive rating. "We're still learning about our team," Spoelstra said, with the Heat playing a different up-tempo style that has Miami operating at the fastest pace in the league this season. "There are some good things that are trending." But late-game execution has not been among the bright spots for the Heat early this season, as 2 of its first 3 losses have come in games where it held a fourth quarter. In the Heat's only other loss this season, it rallied from a double-digit second-half deficit to pull within 4 points in the fourth quarter, but could not complete the comeback. There was the 8-point fourth-quarter lead the Heat let slip away in its season-opening 125-121 loss to the Magic in Orlando on October 22. There was the 1-point fourth-quarter advantage the Heat wasted in Thursday's 107-101 loss to the Spurs in San Antonio to begin this current 4-game trip. The Heat also pulled within 4 points of the Lakers midway through Sunday's fourth quarter before the Lakers blew open the contest to hold on for the 130-120 win. "We're in the process of learning how to win games," Spoelstra said just before the start of Monday night's matchup against the Los Angeles Clippers at Intuit Dome. "Our last 2 games were winnable games. Even if we didn't play great in some of the quarters, we had 1-point leads going down the stretch. That's part of the learning process of managing all the different things that happen in a long NBA game and then finding a way to get the W at the end." Monday's 120-119 gutsy win against the Clippers in Los Angeles represented a step in the right direction as the Heat, 4-3, rallied from a 5-point halftime deficit and a small 2-point fourth-quarter hole by making some clutch shots and timely defensive stops to get the road win and improve to 1-2 on its 4-game trip. "All of these are important lessons," Spoelstra said following Monday's victory, with the Heat set to close its 4-game trip on Wednesday against the Nuggets at Ball Arena, 9 p.m., FanDuel Sports Network Sun. "You go to the Orlando game, it was a very winnable game as well. And it's that adage that it could be any play that really impacts it and gets you over the top. I think it was a great game on Monday against the Clippers to come off last night Sunday against the Lakers, when we had an opportunity to win and we didn't get enough plays. Same thing in San Antonio. Tonight, we were able to really defend and execute down the stretch. We felt like we were worthy enough to win. It doesn't always work out that way, but it was a good growth opportunity for our team." There were plenty of learning lessons along the way in Monday's 1-point win, as the Heat led by 4 points with 57.4 seconds to play and still needed to survive a potential game-winning shot from Clippers star forward Kawhi Leonard at the final buzzer. After the Heat went ahead by 4 points in the final seconds, Clippers star guard James Harden rushed down and hit a 3-pointer over guard Norman Powell to trim Miami's lead to 1 with 19.7 seconds remaining. The Heat was still in good position to hold on for the win, but couldn't complete the ensuing inbounds pass. After Miami called out a timeout, Powell caught the inbounds pass and was immediately swarmed by Clippers defenders near the sideline to force a jump ball with 16.5 seconds to play. The Clippers won the jump ball and Leonard dribbled down the court with the intention of hitting a walk-off game winner as the final seconds ran off the clock. But the Heat sent a late double team at Leonard, and his contested 3-point attempt bounced off the side of the rim to clinch the 1-point win for the Heat. "I just kind of had a feeling in that second half that no matter what, it was going to end up in that kind of finish," Spoelstra said. "But I was really encouraged and pleased with the defensive mentality that second half. The guys really did some difficult things. That's a really skilled defensive team. And Pelle Larsson really sparked everything in that third quarter, just with his passion, his energy. And then Davion Mitchell and Andrew Wiggins showed me what they're capable of on the ball, or just making plays off the ball. Really impressive. And Bam Adebayo continues to be just our leader. The Heat held the Clippers to just 48 points in the second half, after the Clippers totaled 71 points in the first half. The Clippers committed 15 turnovers in the second half that the Heat turned into 23 points. It was a little bit uneven in the fourth quarter, but that's what happens usually, Spoelstra said. The game slows down a little bit. We missed some open shots. We were able to take that 4-point lead. But Harden has a way. They needed some deep threes in this game. That was one of them. But a very good Miami Heat win. A satisfying Heat win, too, considering the close games that Miami has already lost early this season. The Heat also finished last regular season with a dismal 14-28 record in clutch games, one that has a margin of 5 points or fewer inside the final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Very satisfying, especially when we go back and look at how we were able to compete in that second half. That 24 minutes was our brand of basketball, said Powell, who scored 21 points on Monday in his return from a groin injury that forced him to miss the previous 3 games. The way we were able to come out in that third quarter, build a lead. They're a good team. They've got great experience. Guys have been in close battles, tough battles, so they were able to make a run, tie the game back up. But I like our composure. Everybody talks about how young a team we are, but we stay composed, trust in one another, and we were able to get the stops that we needed and make the plays on the offensive end that gave us the win. This young Heat team that doesn't feature a player older than 32 continues to learn about itself during this challenging stretch to begin the season. The Heat has already earned road wins over the Memphis Grizzlies and Clippers and defeated a quality New York Knicks team in Miami. The Heat's next test comes Wednesday against the Nuggets in Denver to close its 4-game trip, a place the Heat has struggled in over the last decade. The Heat has dropped 8 straight regular season games to the Nuggets in Denver. The last regular season game that the Heat won in Denver came on November 30, 2016, when Hassan Whiteside totaled 25 points and 16 rebounds to lead the Heat to a 106-98 victory over the Nuggets. I don't remember the last time we won there in a regular season game, Spoelstra said. It's been a long time. Yeah, let's stack up as much as we can. We'll play it on Mount Everest if we have to. The Ja Morant drama is heating up. As the Memphis Grizzlies saw their franchise star return to the lineup on Monday night after a 1-game suspension, Morant had a simple answer to a question about what his joy level is playing basketball in Memphis right now. Spoiler alert, there isn't any. Do you feel like you've got the same joy right now that we're used to seeing from you? One reporter asked Morant following Monday's game against the Detroit Pistons. No, Morant said. When the answer was followed up with why not and what can it be done to get it back? Morant shrugged and said, we'll see. The worst-kept secret in the NBA is that teams are monitoring the situation out in Memphis. Morant is a multi-time All-Star who would generate a competitive market if the Grizzlies get serious about trading him. The Miami Heat, known star hunters, were recently suggested to go after Morant by some fans and a former player. Could that scenario actually get spoken into existence? Back in June, FanDuel TV's Run It Back co-host and former NBA player Chandler Parsons addressed a potential Miami Morant pairing. The player-turned-analyst skepticism then is even more relevant now. Remember Jimmy Butler? How could you forget? The way the Morant situation is currently playing out is very similar to Butler's final season in Miami. The veteran star was criticized for a lackluster effort, which led him to publicly make comments that led to a suspension. There was no joy out of Butler, and it was evident. It took some time, but eventually, a trade got done. Miami says no to a hypothetical trade. There's no way if Pat Riley doesn't want to deal with Jimmy Butler, he's going to deal with Ja Morant, Payson said over the offseason. There's no chance. I can't see it. I would say no if I'm Miami. Ja Morant hasn't shown he can stay on the court. Is he must-see TV? Is he an elite player when he's on the court? Yes, but he's been too inconsistent for me. Again, if Pat Riley's having issues with Jimmy's antics, I can't imagine him dealing with Ja Morant. Fast forward roughly 5 months, And Morant just returned from an injury to a struggling Grizzlies team, where he's growing frustrated to the point where the NBA world is questioning his future. Does this mean the Miami Heat would be all the way out on Morant? Not exactly. But Parsons certainly had a point then, and it just might hold up now.